Dude, the Lakers and the Nets played the other night, and the Lakers obviously had no Kuz, LeBron, and AD, and they still end up smoking the Nets.
Yeah, dude, awesome game by Ben McLemore. He had 17. He's hitting threes.
Andre Drummond, first of all, we've talked about it a lot on the show. We kind of make fun of it. He doesn't have moves.
No.
He doesn't have moves.
No.
They don't even give it. He's not like a back to the basket big. They give it to him like 12 feet away, and he like charges in. He's basically
so weird.
He's literally like driving, like a perimeter player drives. They give him the ball like 8 feet away, and he does like a little mini drive, and he just puts his shoulder into you, does a layup,
because he's
misses
so big,
misses it, gets his own rebound,
That's
puts
how
it up, misses it again.
18 boards a game.
Yes, exactly. Because he does like the same move. Like he doesn't really have moves. All right, but that being said, if that's your only skill set and that's your whole thing. Hey, LeBron doesn't have that many moves, man. Yeah. He's just bigger and faster than everybody. All right, so listen, man, it can work sometimes. Like, for example, when you're going against a very old and weathered LaMarcus Aldridge.
And he's just the small.
You're too little.
Yeah,
you're too little.
The whole game.
He did that like 10 times.
Yeah, hilarious. AD and LeBron are loving it on the bench.
Yeah,
how about Taylor Horton-Tucker?
Acted a fool.
Yeah.
Taylor Horton-Tucker with 14 and 11. 14 points, 11 dimes, 4 steals. It's my favorite part. So, like, dude, we've been talking about this a little bit, but I want to shine some light on it here. Dude, the Lakers are the #1 defense in the NBA since LeBron and AD went down. Dude, remember we did the clip about it earlier in the year about how good their defense is and LeBron possibly winning Defensive Player of the Year early? Remember, like, 2 months into the season, we were saying that. Dude, their defense is still awesome. Even since LeBron and AD have gone down, they have the #1 rated defense in the league. They give up 97 points a game, man. What is it, 1990?
Yeah.
They give up 97 points a game. So, the other night, yeah, dude, and I honestly believe that, like, it seemed like, because so far, all these other Nets games, Kyrie just is, I tweeted, I was like, it's really annoying and pretentious that Kyrie keeps doing this, like, let me create art, man, thing. But I will admit, like, dude, when he is going, it is art. It is just poetry in motion. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. Some of the stuff he can do, I've never seen anyone do with the ball, between ball handling and his finishing.
Dude, imagine what it's like to guard this guy. Like, he's just bringing the ball up the floor. You're like, dude, anything's possible.
The other night against the Lakers, he gave up. He was done. He didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there. He thought he was going to come out here and this was going to be an easy game. And he was going to play scrubs and he was going to get to create art and do all this cool shit with the ball and have all these highlights generated because he can do all this shit that nobody else can do. We've never seen before. So he does all these sweet moves and ends up with 2 points every time, right? That's what he thought. He thought he was going to come out and have a nice, easy game and on his way to 25 points. He got kicked in the mouth by Alex Caruso and Taylor Horton-Tucker and he wanted no more and he gave up. That's just a fact. And I don't care if you don't like it. And if you're going to sit here and tell me I'm wrong, I don't know what to tell you. Watch the game. Kyrie gave up. He had enough. Taylor Horton-Tucker had 4 steals. Alex Caruso's all over his ass. I don't know what you want me to do, bro. You better be. I thought it was good offense beats good defense. Not that day, it didn't. Not that day. He was getting hounded. He couldn't do anything. Couldn't dribble the ball. Where you going, bro? Where you going? You keep doing these little spins. Where you going? I got guys over here. It's like you're playing 5-on-6 out there. The Lakers defense is nasty, bro. And then you're going to bring back a Defensive Player of the Year candidate and an MVP to a bolstered defense like that? That might be a problem. And also, like, everyone's acting like, oh, this game means nothing because it's just all the stars were out. Harden was out and LeBron and AD were out. It doesn't mean nothing. Guess what? Those guys who are playing in that game will also be playing in the game.
Right. Yeah. It means something.
Those guys just outplayed those guys.
For sure, yeah.
By a lot. They won by 20-something.
Yeah.
They got their asses whooped by Taylor Horton-Tucker and Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond. Yeah. And Ben McLemore. You got your asses whooped. You're supposed to be the best team in the league. This is the team that everybody keeps telling me I need to be concerned about. Bro, I'm not even calling a Lakers victory. I said the Suns might win the championship. All I said was the Nets are not. I don't even believe they're making it there. I'd be surprised if they get out of the second round. They're not they're just like the Clippers last year. They're not a real basketball team. They're not a real team. They're not a real team. They're a bunch of guys who thought they were going to get together and win a title, and they're getting their asses kicked a little bit, and they're realizing, fuck, this is a lot harder than it was supposed to be. Yeah, bro, because you're not a real basketball team. You're just some guys who decided to go put on the same color outfit and dribble the ball around and pass it to each other. You're not a real basketball team. Bro, they don't want to be out there some of these games. Like I said, Kyrie didn't want it. He just didn't want to be there. He was done. He just didn't want to attack. He didn't want to play. He was just out. I'm out. I'm cool. KD hit what, 22? He was out. They're done. You guys got your asses
whooped. Dude, that's a scorching hot take.
Yes. You guys got your asses whooped by bench guys and role players, and you wanted no more of it. And then all the national media and everyone, Skip Bayless and all these people are acting like, and even the people coming at me on Twitter and the YouTube comments, acting like this is some sort of, this means nothing, it doesn't matter. KD matters, and Kyrie matters, and Joe Harris matters, and all these other guys out here matters, and Caruso matters, and THT matters, and those little dudes just outplayed your big bad Monstar looking team. And that matters. Fine, bring James Harden back. You get James Harden. And then these guys are going to get AD, Kyle Kuzma, and LeBron James. And you think that James Harden is going to make up for that huge differential that we saw the other day. Okay. You say so, because I see a bunch of guys who are not a real basketball team that don't want... Dude, they're like those... You ever play those certain teams where, like, you knew, like, if you got, like, rough and physical with them, you could win because they would give up by the second half?
Totally.
Dude, they're like that. And I don't mean that the game plan is to be rough and physical. I just mean, like, they can be got. You can get them psychologically, and then they're like, because they're just like the Clippers last year, dude. Just like I did not believe for a second that the Clippers were a threat. I don't believe that. I don't even really think that they're making it to the title, man. They don't even get to the finals.
So
I'm gonna get out of the East.
I'm gonna give you how I agree with you.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna give you why I disagree with you. All right.
Yep.
Point one, why I agree with you. Okay. Harden, never done anything in the playoffs.
Yes.
A million
Get locked up by a 37-year-old Manu Ginobili in an elimination game.
Yeah.
Get locked up, son.
Of a million from three.
How many elimination games has this guy shot? 4 of 17 and shit like that. Yeah. How many are we going to have to see?
So, 1, KD, never done it on his own. Went to a finals with Harden and Westbrook and got ran by prime LeBron.
They were young, but yes, he did. Yep.
Kyrie. There's a train wreck in Boston. Train wrecking at the end in Cleveland. Obviously, he won the title and whatever, and then he blows. He gets his way out of there, right? So we're done there. We're done there. We're done there. So now what, right?
Bro, is this what I've been saying about Kyrie?
No, I'm agreeing.
Last episode, you literally you're talking about I was saying the Bulls, even if they get the Nets, they could take a game off them. And you're like, we have Satoransky guarding Kyrie. And I go, if he's there. Yeah. Yes, exactly. What did he do? He got himself kicked out of that basketball game because he didn't want to be there anymore. Dude, everybody on the floor, everybody in the world thinks it's a ridiculous reason for him to have gotten mad at Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was not being racist to you, bro. Dennis Schroeder's the same race as you.
Yeah.
If you think he was saying a racist thing, I promise you he didn't mean it that way. That's not what he was saying.
Yeah.
That's not, like, bro, you just didn't want to be here and you left because you're a crybaby and you're a toxic cancer for a basketball team. And when you don't get your way, you cry and you leave and you're emotional and you're a prima donna. And this is exactly what happened in Boston. And it's exactly what's been happening this year. I've been calling it the whole way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The big bad Nets. Yeah. If they're there.
So, here, hold me out. Hear me out. So, let me finish here. So, this is why I agree with you.
Uh-huh.
All right? Steve Nash, never done anything. Never been a coach. Never coached in a big game. Never coached in the finals. Yeah, never coached in the playoffs.
D'Antoni never really made it happen.
Right. So, I can see what you're saying, man. I can see that they could just come in and think they're the best team in the league. And just think that they're going to run through everybody and Philly or Milwaukee or Giannis, and they just think they can beat everyone straight up.
Yes.
And they could.
What do you think Embiid, Andre Drummond just made baby food of that front court in Brooklyn. What do you think Joel Embiid is going to do to them?
No,
he's going to average 50 and 25.
You got a point.
I don't even think they beat them. As long as Embiid's healthy, I think probably Philly in 6 tops. Because what are they going to do? Literally, I'm just going to dump it to him for 48 minutes. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? He's going to shoot, even if he shoots 50% from the floor, I'm going to win. You can't stop him. He's going to score 70 a game. So Andre Drummond just got whatever he wants.
Yeah. Hear me out, though. So, right? So we could find ourselves, Brooklyn could find themselves, kind of drowning a little bit if they kind of just don't wake up for this. Now, past experiences is what I'm going on to agree with you. But to disagree, KD's the best scorer ever. Harden has been elite in the time that he's been in Houston to Brooklyn. He's been elite in Brooklyn the entire time. Kyrie has hit one of the biggest shots in NBA history. Yeah, I mean, they're scary, man. You look at their roster, and you could know nothing about basketball and look at that roster and be like, oh, that team's stacked.
Yeah, I could literally look at them and be like, I wouldn't be surprised they scored 100 points in a game.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, 200 points in a game, sorry.
Totally.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised they literally dropped 200
Yeah,
on some teams.
Blake, Aldridge, all these guys are seasoned vets that are foaming at the mouth for a ring. They haven't had a ring. They've never been in a situation where they've been close to the ring except for Blake in LA, but we all know how that worked out.
Yeah.
Aldridge has never done anything in Portland with Brandon Roy, all those guys. Never done anything. Those guys, like I said, foaming at the mouth for a ring. So, in that reasoning, I think if they can put their focus together and they can go, they'll smoke everybody. They'll smoke everybody. They'll go in and beat everyone in 5. If they play the right way and play the way they're supposed to be, they're the best team in the league by far. It's not even close.
And I think Kyrie, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they might be the best roster in basketball, but they're definitely a top 4. And
I agree. I agree. Yeah, they screwed that up. But this is
Kyrie's life, man.
Totally.
Here, let's go back to Duke. Let's go back to high school.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go back to Cleveland. Yeah, when he says, I'm never leaving. And when this whole guy's career, before LeBron went back, how many games did they win? How many games did Kyrie win in the NBA?
Yeah, garbage.
Until LeBron came
25, 29.
Yeah. And I acknowledge their terrible roster. It's why LeBron left. I got it. I'm just saying. This guy doesn't really... He's flashy, man. He's got all the pizzazz. But, like... And yes... He's got balls of steel. And I think in a moment, if KD can get Kyrie to that moment, Kyrie can go hit the shot again.
Yes.
Kyrie will go hit the shot again.
Easily.
For real. In Game 7 at the buzzer.
To win the finals.
Yes. Kyrie's got all of that. I don't believe that he's got the 16 wins that it takes to get to that point. It takes 16 wins on a playoff run to win a championship.
Yeah.
I don't know that guy's got that. I know he had it with a guy carrying him there and putting him in position to hit the biggest shot in NBA history. And if KD can carry him there and do that for him again, Kyrie will hit it again. But KD's never done that. Never proven that he can do that. Harden's never proven it. Steve Nash has never proven it. And Mike D'Antoni's never proven it. And Blake Griffin's never proven it. And LaMarcus Aldridge. I see like 9, 10 guys, including their coaches staff, who just think they're the hottest shit in the world. Who just think they're going to waltz to a title. And like, dude, that's why I say I don't even know if they're making it out of the East. Giannis doesn't like that. And like, Embiid doesn't like that.
Yeah, but all these guys that are in the East, man, they're all in the same category. None of these guys have proven shit. None of these guys have.
Yeah,
so it's like, dude,
Embiid is a weird bounce away from being in an NBA Finals.
I agree. But it's like, dude, they haven't done it. Yeah, they haven't done it.
But man, you know who's not doing it is the front court defense of the Brooklyn Nets.
I agree.
Because I feel like Boban will go. If Boban could play against the Nets every game, Boban would average 50 and 20.
There's a part of me that thinks that doesn't work. That big guy stuff doesn't work.
What big guy stuff?
Feed Embiid 50 times a game.
Bro, I just watched him feed Aldridge 20 times a game, and he had a double-double with ease. You're talking about you're too small.
Totally. I hear what you're saying. Hear me out. Dude, it's modern NBA. We're going to give it to Embiid 30 times a game on the block. Dude, I'm going to straight up double you. Go kick it to Matisse Thybulle. I don't care.
You have no 2 guys that matter in a double team against Embiid.
I agree.
He'll just go up and dunk it over. Did you see the way Drummond was pushing Aldridge out of the way?
Yeah, because he's on an island, man.
It looked like 16U AAU versus 12U. He just literally throw the guy out of the way. Like, stop pretending like you can guard me. I'm just going to use one hand and push a guy off me. Or not even. I'll just lean into him and just lay it in.
Yeah.
Like, and what do you think Embiid does in that situation?
I'm worried about the doubles.
So what, you think Joe Harris is going to come double him and all of a sudden now
I don't think
LaMarcus Aldridge can stop? Fine, KD, who's 180 pounds. So
he's
fine,
also 7 feet tall.
Fine, he comes and he helps LaMarcus Aldridge, and both those guys are just getting shoved out of the way because they don't call chintzy fouls in the playoffs. You can be physical. Okay, Joe, go. Joel Embiid, who's sitting here, been trying the last couple of years to have his breakout thing, is looking at these guys like, oh my God, these guys are pussies. Everybody they have down here is anybody 210 pounds they have in the front court? Or am I just going to eat on all of these dudes? Which is what I think is going to happen. I think Giannis is going to eat on those dudes too. I think those guys cannot. Just like the Bulls. We were saying about the Bulls. Those guys can't defend anybody, dude.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think if we're making the pro Brooklyn argument, they gotta get on the floor together, man.
Yes, is what I've been saying.
Yeah.
They have to play together.
Yeah, they haven't done that at all.
Yes.
If we're gonna make this pro Brooklyn argument,
Dude, that's how
we gotta
all these super teams have always happened. It's always been that, like, when you, all right, man, you got to do it, but like, you guys have to be 100% on the same page.
Dude, the playoffs are coming.
Because, like, while you guys have more talent than all the other teams, they're all on the same page.
Totally.
All the other teams
Yeah.
are really on the same page. They've been basically the same team, if not for a couple pieces. Every year, the guys know the coach's system. The guys know where they are in the pecking order. Bro, you put a bunch of guys that are, like, former All-Stars on a brand new team together and you stick them out there, all right, you better hope it works. Because, like, dude, this will be the biggest failure. This will be the biggest colossal failure in NBA history. Worse than anything else. Worse than 73-9 Golden State. Worse than 2011 LeBron and Wade. This would be the biggest colossal NBA embarrassment in NBA history. And if people want to hold those things against those other players, you would have to hold this against all those guys. Every last one of them.
So, I got a question for you here. In the modern NBA, in the modern super team, modern. Not MJ.
Okay.
Modern NBA super team. Mm-hmm. Is there any team that has gone in there and swept a series or swept a contract, I guess? What I mean is going in there, signing a 3-year deal, going 3 for 3 in rings.
No.
Nobody's done that.
No.
PG, no. Do you call that a super team? That Kawhi team? I don't know. I mean,
Kind of.
LeBron in Miami, they lose twice.
Yeah.
KD loses once
By a
and
record
Steph.
margin.
Yeah,
LeBron,
totally.
to the Spurs.
Yeah, totally. They lose twice.
Yeah.
Steph and KD, I mean, they lose once. You know, history tells us that it's not going to work. There's going to be a year where it just doesn't work.
Been saying it the whole time.
Yeah, history is going to tell us that it's not going to work. But
And
if we
also-
look at it on paper, we just look at the roster, you're like, oh, dude, this team is, like I said, the best team in the league. So
both of those other super teams you just named already had players on them who won championships.
Right.
That Brooklyn Nets team has no one on them that won championships other than KD, who just won it doing the same chintzy thing that we're just saying.
Right. Well, they
don't have an 06 D Wade over there. Who's done it by himself basically, and they don't have a 15 Curry.
Right.
They certainly don't have that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So my whole point about all this, man, is I think everyone's just saying, oh, back-to-back years. KD, Harden, and Kyrie are all going to win back-to-back titles, and it's over for the next 2 years. I don't think that's accurate. I mean, I don't know.
I don't even think
have
they're
no
making it to
idea.
the title. They
So
don't even make it to
I like your take, bro.
Yep.
I like your take.
don't make it.
And I think that's a great take. And if it works, bro, I wouldn't be shocked.
Kyrie got himself kicked out of that game. Those dudes think that they're going to roll and kill everyone. When they don't like it. They're not going to make it to the finals. Hot take central.
So
Bang.
I could see how your take could be right. And I also could think how your take could be wrong. I think, would it surprise you if KD, Harden, and Kyrie go in and smack everyone in the face and win every series by 5?
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, no.
You're probably
Yeah.
going to bed at night like, dude,
Not even one game was close.
Totally.
None of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
guys played any of those fourth
Totally.
quarters.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, bro. So it's like,
And I could
dude,
also see them losing in the first round.
so yeah, this Brooklyn thing
I could
is
see them entering game 7 in a first round series like, oh shit. And realizing like, oh, this is it right here. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to get beat in the first round, bro.
Yeah.
And I could see them barely squeaking by a game 7 in the first round. I could see that too, where you're like, oh man. And then I could see them taking that moment and going on and winning a title. But like, dude, there's a lot of different ways I could see this playing out. I could totally see them losing early, man. In fact, I might put some money on it. I might go on one of these betting sites and throw some money on the Nets getting booted early.